Thank you, Francesca. Thank you for catching my phone. I also want to introduce Robert Byrne here today. He come from a long ways with his children. He has a few things to say in regards to parental alienation.
All right, the most important people maybe are going to speak here yesterday today, or these two little guys are going to be very brief, very short message.
I want my mom, I want my dad.
Very
My mom and my dad.
I'm always watching. Now, this is the first time I'm talking as an activist. And, of course I'm nervous. So.
Start over.
This is the first time I'm speaking as an activist. Right to it. Can people hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the Violence Against Women's Act, VAWA. Again, Violence Against Women's Act, introduced in 1995 under Joe Biden. It's a $1 billion tax. And what VAWA really leads to, I don't think it helps many women. It actually hurts many, many men. I was twice a victim of it. Back in 1996, I got arrested. No probable cause, no investigation. I thought it was a malicious type of arrest and a prosecution. I called the FBI in Newtown Square, Pennsylvania, talked to an FBI agent, and he said to me, he goes, "Did you ever hear about NOW, N-O-W?" I said, "No, what's that?" And this is almost verbatim. He said, "That's the National Organization of Women." And he said, they lobbied Congress to get this VAWA enacted. He goes, "Do you know what the VAWA is?" I said, "No, I don't." He said, "Well, it's a heavily funded federal law, and no matter how frivolous any charge to a man, and some women are victims by it too, but to a man, they will arrest you, prosecute you, no matter how frivolous, no matter how weak the evidence." And the FBI guy said, "You just got to fight it, and I guarantee 100% acquittal." Well, that was back in 1996. May 12th of 2007, my wife, little did I know that VAWA was going to hit me again, this time even harder. She had an overdose, and I was out of the house. I had alibis, phone records proving I wasn't anywhere near. But because she was being vindictive, she overdosed, ended up in intensive care with minor abrasions on her knees or elbow or forehead. The police definitely know that abrasions are not from a man fighting and attacking. So anyway, I ended up getting arrested. It cost me about $50,000 to get vindicated. I got acquitted, but there's no recourse for me to get back into my home, to get my belongings. Everything's frozen. We're going through a divorce now. And again, I'm going to reiterate, VAWA allows police with no probable cause to arrest you. No investigation. They take the word of the woman, and then you're arrested. So for the first 4 months after I was arrested, I couldn't see my kids. It took me 4 months to see my kids. And then when I did get visitation, it was 6 hours a week for over a year. Now I get them every other weekend and twice during the week. And she also, my soon-to-be ex-wife, gives them to me practically every day.
Hey, how are you doing?
And again, I'm going to reiterate, I wish the system, they could fix VAWA to, in the trial, my wife admitted perjury, admitted it. The lawyer asked her, so you lied at the preliminary hearing. She said yes. She admitted perjury, yet the DA isn't going to prosecute her for perjury, even though she's an admitted perjurer. And I have the transcript, and I could Xerox it and send anybody a copy of it. So again, there's no recourse once you're a victim of this VAWA bad law. There's no recourse once you prove you're innocent. You're stuck. My reputation, my life is ruined. My career is ruined. I have the best thing in life right there. There's 3 kids. Also, the VAWA, I think it encourages women to get PFAs. So really, my whole problem started in August of 2001. My wife started attacking me. She had fingernailed me in my back, my arms. I was bleeding. She picked up an iron, and she was about to hit me in the head. And so I real quick ran to my cell phone, called 911. Not a mark on her. The police get there. She claims that her neck was hurting because I did something to her neck. Not a scratch on her. They take her away in an ambulance. And I tell the police, look at me, I'm the one that called. Look at my blood, I want medical attention too. And the police responded to me. If you insist on getting medical attention, we will immediately take your children into CYS and you will have a very difficult time ever seeing your children again. So I kept my mouth shut and I didn't insist on the medical attention. That was August 2001. My wife went to a shelter after the hospital. She had some type of MRI, negative, nothing happened to her, more waste of money. And then they put her into a shelter, and then the shelter convinced her to get a PFA. A PFA is a Pennsylvania term for protection from abuse. Each state has a different name, a restraining order. So then I went to court in a week, and then she let me back in the house, still had the PFA, and so through the next 6 years, once one expired, she would just go get another, but always allowing me to live there. Like there's a checkbox. You can live in the home, but you can't harass and all that kind of thing. And then she would call 911 for arguments. She just became a 911 queen. Now, a little bit about how it's affected my life, other than ruining my career, ruining my reputation. Even though I'm innocent, there's still people that aren't victims of this law that think, well, you must have done something wrong. But right now it's affecting my Amendment 1, and it did, and it's still to a degree affecting my right to free speech. My children, I should have access to them 24/7, but I don't. I'm timed. Phone calls, I'm allowed phone calls, but then the wife might get vindictive and hang up in the middle of a phone call on me when I'm talking to my kids. Second Amendment, right to bear arms. I can't do it anymore. I think the VAWA is just another reason they put VAWA into place. It's a form of gun control. And my Fourth Amendment right, my right to property. I'm innocent. I can't walk into my front door. I tell my wife, I'm going to come back and live there until the divorce is over. She goes, if you do that, I'll get a restraining order again on you. And even your own lawyers, you pay them big time money, and you mention the word VAWA to them, Violence Against Women's Act, they say, what's that? They play dumb. But they know what it is because they make a lot of money off of it. Your own lawyer playing dumb because everybody wants to keep VAWA from the populace. You know, I heard a statistic. I think this statistic is from like 2005. I don't know if this is accurate or not, but 17,800 non-custodial parents commit suicide. I think that's in 2005. Is that correct? Anyway, could you imagine if they just lived and had the courage to live and be here today? Then we would be getting somewhere. And they can't. Well, hopefully they can speak from the grave. And God bless them. And I'm sure it's going to happen to many more non-custodial parents. Just the act of, and I'll finish it up with this. Just this act of divorce and the VAWA, even when you have two parents tending after the kids, there's less you can do. It's hard being like a single person with 3 kids because they all have different needs. They're all different ages. I can't just go out and play baseball because I'm watching the other 2 kids. I'm going to leave it at that. Hopefully next time I speak, I get another opportunity to speak, and hopefully it will be better and I'm less nervous. Thank you.
Good job.